I've spoken before about one of my favourite perfume related books, and it is this one here. It is Perfume, The Search for, I think it's In Search of Your Signature Scent by Neil Chapman. I really, really like this book. It's my favourite guide kind of book in terms of talking about a range of different fragrance categories and splitting them up between different styles within some of these categories. And I can't recommend it enough because I love the fact that I don't know if you can see how well you can see that there, but there's a range of different chapters divided into things like greens and florals, and then within that subdivided into, for instance, as the citruses, there are perfumes listed for lemon, bergamot, orange, yuzu, the florals, rose fragrances, carnation, iris, white florals, jasmine, orange blossom, neroli, all that kind of thing. And I really like the way that it's put together. I've had this for a few years now. I bought it not long after it was released. And what I really like about it, as opposed to something like the guide, it's not a critique of any of these perfumes. Neil Chapman goes through each of the categories set out in the book, and he lists some of his recommendations to try out for those particular types. So I was thinking that the subtitle of the book, In Search of Your Signature Scent, is a weird one for me, especially given that a lot of us here, or if you're watching a channel like mine or any other fragrance channel for that matter, the idea of having a signature scent is a little bit foreign, given that most of us are likely to have quite a lot of fragrances in our collection. But I was thinking that what I was going to do as maybe a weekly series based on this book is maybe a video for each of the chapters that are in this book, and then talk about some of the things that Neil Chapman recommends in here, and also give you some of my own recommendations within some of those categories. So the first chapter that he talks about in this book is for green fragrances, and he splits up that category between grassy, leafy, green fragrances and then green florals. And I thought I'd talk about a couple of the ones that are recommended in the book that I've also tried. Things like, for instance, French Lover from Frederic Malle is a galbanum angelica based fragrance. It is a very green fragrance. It's a very really, really good fragrance. And I can also recommend in that category something from Parfum d'Empire, something that I've been testing for the last year, and I haven't done a review of it, but one in that would fit nicely under that category is Corsica Furiosa from Parfum d'Empire. That's got a very prominent tomato leaf note in it. It's grassy as well. You've got things like Almond Woman, to me, that is a very green, grassy fragrance that also incorporates some nice florals. And then moving into the green florals, you can't go past things like Number 19 from Chanel. There is also a couple of fragrances that I really want to try one day if I ever get the chance, because I don't know if they're easy to come by these days. Stuff like Silences by Giacomo or Von Vert from Balmain. They're all fragrances that I really would like to try. I couldn't recommend highly enough if you want something green and vegetal from Miskeo. The last release, Fui, is a beautiful green, bright fragrance. Then something also like Erewhon from Dusita. Now that is based on a more kind of brown hay note, but there is also some grassy green elements as well. And it's a kind of category that really is a particular, I guess, amongst some of the other chapters and categories that are mentioned in the book. It's kind of narrow. If you do not like this green freshness, it's probably something that is a bit more difficult to find a signature scent in, and that's why it's interesting that the book is set out this way, because if you don't like a particular category, there are other categories that you can explore, and some of these other categories open up a huge, wide range of things that you can try and smell, and a lot of you probably already know what your tastes are like already, and it's very, very useful to discover some of the recommendations. I know when I started reading this, and that first chapter, the green fragrances, there were suddenly a whole bunch of fragrances that some I'd heard about, but a lot of them I'd never smelled, and it is a good resource if you're looking to, if you're kind of stuck in a rut in terms of your sampling and testing. You can refer to a book like this and see if there's anything that catches your interest, try and find samples or decants of some of them and test them out. So that's what I'm going to do on a semi-regular basis, and I might do a video each week, each fortnight on each of the categories. Some of the videos will be longer than others because there are so many more things to get through. In some cases, I may not have much to talk about in some of the chapters, because I know, for instance, there's a chapter on the floral section talking about the notes of hyacinth, bluebell, and they're kind of notes that I'm not even very familiar with, let alone identifying a fragrance that might showcase those notes in any prominent way. But I'll do my best. I'll do research before each of the videos and see what I can come up with. So hopefully you enjoy this idea and the videos that are going to be coming through this book. I just thought I'd stop by and say hello. It's been some kind of week. So that's all I've got to talk about fragrance-wise. And if you would like to stick around for something non-fragrance related, you can do that. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching. Okay, so this part is not about fragrance, and I just wanted to step into this video, and I've kind of been sort of in a state of mental turmoil about how I'm going to express myself in this part of the video. So I'm going to just try and get to the point. I'm very close now to having 13,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel, which I'm still really proud of, and my channel growth has been, I guess, relatively slow compared to a lot of fragrance channels, and that's okay, because my goal was never to grow into something where this would be, my main job, and this is still fun for me to do. It's something that keeps my day-to-day life a little bit interesting, and I love sharing all of that with you. Having said that, I am sure that once I've finished this video that there are going to be my subscriber numbers I expect to go down after this. Even though I hope that doesn't happen, I've learnt lately that the best way to approach things is to hope for the best, but expect the worst. I am not one of these people who can separate a hobby like the love of fragrance and keep other external things that affect everyone's lives out of this. I can't do that. No matter how much you want to argue this point, politics affects everything. And I'm not talking about the political machine. I'm talking about political thinking, ideologies, beliefs, and the way people behave based on those beliefs. And I have absolutely no interest in making this a space where I can just ignore someone's personal political beliefs and be happy that they're here talking about fragrance. I mean, if I don't actually know 99.99999% of you anyway, but what I can control, I will control. And unfortunately, unlike other platforms, YouTube does not give me the control over who I allow to watch my videos. Anyone can watch any of my publicly uploaded videos, and that's fine. I accept that. That's all well and good. But what I'm not going to do is allow anyone to have any interactions or engagement on my videos if they are of a mindset that supports marginalizing, demonizing people who are minorities, who are okay with misogyny, are okay with racism, homophobia, transphobia, xenophobia. If you are okay with supporting a system or a movement that allows this to happen, then I want nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing to do with you. Now, as I said, I can't stop you from watching this video, although why you'd want to, I don't know, especially now. But if I know that you are of that thinking, that way of thinking, if you lean that way, if I know that you want to express those ideas and argue for that, because I'm not going to tolerate it. And so any comments that suggest that, I'll block the user. I will not allow them to comment in any of the videos. I'll delete the comments, block the users, and that'll be it. Any live streams I do in the future, no chat privileges. I mean, I don't expect this to happen, but what I'm hoping for is that some of these people will see this video and decide to unsubscribe, not watch my videos anymore, because that would be the best outcome for me. I don't give a flying fuck about losing subscribers over this particular issue. If you enjoy my fragrance videos, and that's all well and good, but I don't want to hear from you. I don't want your engagement, and that's that. So I want to be very, very clear that this is who I am. This is what I'm standing for. And if you want to stick around, that's great. I really appreciate it. Otherwise, just piss right off. That's all I have to say. Okay, I got that off my chest.